Welcome back to Cam in the Moment. I'm Camden. Here are your week's biggest moments coming up. All right, guys, welcome back to the new segment here on Coastal Conservative News, Cam in the Moment. Before we get started, I do want to mention that today marks the 1 month. It's been one whole month since Charlie Kirk was tragically assassinated in Utah, doing what he loved most, talking to students like me and people like me on college campuses. So I do want to just remember that, and we honor him, and we won't stop the fight for truth. It feels like yesterday to me. I mean, it's been a month. It's incredible, but we will continue the fight for truth. So let's get into it. First, something big is happening in Florida right now with immigration. So we're going to talk about that, and then some pro-life stuff, and then we'll get to our wholesome moment of the week at the end. So Florida just received $13.6 million in federal funding from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to support its partnership with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So big deal. It's a lot of money, and this actually helps give money and resources to the troops of the Florida Highway Patrol so that they can do their job to protect you and me. Like, we are American citizens, and it's actually sad to see other states and governors and mayors who are not even letting ICE into their states. They're saying, no, you can't do that, which I don't even know if you can do that. It's federal. Biden did, he said he had control of immigration federally, so I think we should be able to do the same. But it's kind of sad to see that, because they are there to protect us from the immigrants that aren't supposed to be here in the first place. So to those people, I say, what would you say to Laken Riley's parents who lost their daughter to someone who wasn't supposed to be here in the first place? Or even, how about in Florida? Let's not forget the victims that just recently lost their lives in Florida at the hands of illegal immigrant Harjinder Singh. I don't know if I said that right, but he did that illegal U-turn in Florida and killed 3 lives. Irby Dufresne, Rodriguez Dor, and Fanola Joseph. So we remember those victims. And that's why it's so important to keep these people out, because a lot of them have criminal records. I mean, 500 illegal aliens have been caught by the Florida Highway Patrol, including nearly 900 with criminal histories. So that's why it's so important. But DeSantis actually weighs in on this and actually talks about the high costs of illegal immigration. Watch.
But here's the thing. I love how the media will say, well, how much does it cost to house a detainee? They never ask, what's the cost of illegal immigration? How much does it cost schools? How much does it cost hospitals? How much does it cost the criminal justice system, our jails, our prisons if people are committing crimes? What's the cost to families that have been victimized by criminal aliens? They never talk about those costs. And so what we're doing, yes, we're going to get reimbursed, but we're saving costs on our society by enforcing the rule of law. And so what we're doing is leading the nation. We're doing the right thing. We're also have zero tolerance in Florida for attacks against any law enforcement, but particularly ICE personnel. You try that here, you're going to have the book thrown at you, and you're going to regret that you didn't do it. Florida's not Portland. That's not how we roll, and we respect and protect the people that enforce the laws on our behalf.
I'm just so grateful for a governor who actually supports law enforcement. I haven't seen a governor so pro-law and order ever in my lifetime. I mean, DeSantis has been that person, and we should really be grateful while we have him here in Florida. You see states like Chicago, like Illinois with their governor, and Chicago with the mayor, who completely are anti-ICE, just not even letting these people do their jobs, that they're called to go in and protect the people there. They're not even letting them in. So we should be very grateful that we live in the free state of Florida with someone like DeSantis right now, who's not afraid to say, yeah, we're going to support these law enforcement officials who want to protect you and me. It's very sad to see this, governors, but we're going to keep you updated on the funding, and it's just great that we live here. So we'll keep you updated on that. But meanwhile, a major win in Florida for pro-lifers across the state this week, as Fort Lauderdale has closed its doors to an abortion facility and redirected all traffic to Orlando. So the Sidewalk Advocates for Life confirmed that on October 2nd, last week, the abortion clinic, Fort Lauderdale's Women's Center, is now closed. And the thing is, they call these things women's centers, And they're going to look at us and say, how could you celebrate them closing down a women's health center? Well, we're happy a baby killing clinic got dumped, disguised as reproductive health care. I mean, do they really think we're going to fall for that? I'm all for pro-women and for pro-women's health. But for these people, I ask you, how is that pro-women when 50% of abortions are probably killing women? We're not going to disguise these things as reproductive health care when it's killing the thing that's supposed to reproduce. Do you know what reproductive means? That's what I ask. But you'll hear the media say that. Don't listen to them. The mainstream media always goes over these things and kind of just disguises them as these great things, while we see locally here what is really happening. And when you get to that level, it opens your eyes when you hear places like these that really are just killing babies. And so I'm happy, again, to live in the free state of Florida where we have stuff like that going on. But for the pro-lifers in Florida, that's great news for you. And DeSantis is also very pro-life, so we should also celebrate him and continue while we have him. It's about to be the 2026 midterms where we're going to get a new governor. So just stay alert, stay on your toes, and remember to research the candidates that are going to be running, because we want to keep this state the way it is with law enforcement, immigration, abortion rights, and pro-life out of that. We want to make sure we keep the ideas that we have here because of who's running the state, just like the country. But state level, we really need to stay on our toes. So we're going to get into the good news moment of the week now. Charlie Kirk's birthday will be celebrated Sunday, October 12th, with a cookout and kickoff hosted by the brand new Turning Point USA Sarasota headquarters. So it's a really cool opportunity to go and celebrate his first heavenly birthday, because this guy, man, like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, he fought for truth, and it's the same thing we're doing now. We will never forget his impact. And so we're going to celebrate him locally here in Venice. If you are able to make it in your local, come for free barbecue, awesome speakers, and just a night of honor and remembrance for him. I'll be there. I'm going to be signing books and speaking and all these things if you want to meet me there. And we're going to really continue the mission that he left us. Turning Point is a big organization, but these chapters are local impact. And this event is going to showcase that and how we can actually help just push the mission forward where we live. Because if there's no chapter where you live, start one. There's no excuse anymore. Come out to the event, see what it's all about, and we're going to be celebrating his life. Just like I said, it's been a month since. We're never going to forget his impact, but here we are. We'll keep you updated on that and everything we do here on Coastal Conservative News. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias at Camden Trey B, where you can ask me questions and let me know your thoughts on the show, just what you think about what we're talking about here and where we go from here as a country and as a state right here in Florida. All right, we'll see you guys soon. Thank you for coming to Cam in the Moment. See you next time.